In this video, we're going to create a continuous integration pipeline on the cloud to test, build, and deploy an Elm application. We're going to do this on GitLab, and we're going to deploy to GitLab Pages. We can do all of this with a free GitLab account. So the first thing you'll want to do is go to my example project on GitLab. You'll find that at gitlab.com/johncrane/elm-ci-pages. We're going to fork this project. So up in the top right, click on fork. And this should bring up your username. Of course, this will look different for you. If you're new to GitLab, I think you'll just see your user account. If you've been on GitLab before, you may have some groups. I'm going to fork this to a group that I created called Elm CI. So just click on that, and it just takes a moment to fork the project, and here we are on the fork. Now, in every project, since this is a free account, we're going to be using runners to execute the CI pipeline. Runners are execution resources running on the cloud at GitLab, and we'll have to use shared ones because this is a free account. So we need to be sure that we're set up to be able to use those shared runners. Click on Settings and click on CI/CD. And check here where it says runners, click expand. Check on the shared runners, and if it says disabled, we can click here to disable. That's what you should see if it's enabled. I just disabled it. Okay, you can click on it to enable it. Here we are, we're ready to go. So let's go back to our repository now. And we'll just need to make a change to the repository. Let's just open up the README and edit it. And this is an early version, so your README is probably going to look different. And we'll just add, we'll just change the header here and commit that changes. And because this is a continuous integration pipeline, as soon as you make a change, it will be building. So to see that working, click over here on CI/CD, and you'll see that we have a job going right here. Right now it's pending. It's waiting for a runner, and it's found a runner now. And if I click on that, we can see that we have two stages within this pipeline. It's currently running the test stage. We'll take a look at what that is in just a moment. And I can click here and see what it's actually doing. We can see the console of that Docker image that's running this stage. And I'll back up now. And we'll just wait for this to run. And with the checkbox, we see now that the test stage has completed, and it's starting on the pages stage. So we have one pipeline running with two stages, and the stage is called test, and actually this is a job within that. You can have multiple jobs within a stage, but in this case we have one job called test within the stage called test, and one job called pages within the stage called pages. And we will look at how we define those jobs and stages in just a moment after this completes and we test it. And there it is. There's a third stage which appeared after pages end, which is our deploy. Deploy is an automatic stage that's set up because we're going to GitLab Pages, and I'll show you that also in the YAML file that sets up this pipeline. Okay, so it's tested, it's built, and deployed. Where did it deploy to? Well, let's find out. Go to your settings and click on Pages. And this is the link to where it's been deployed. So let's click on this, and it brings up a 404. Well, it takes a little time, especially the first time after you fork this. So now is a great time to take a look at our YAML file that defines the pipeline. So go to the repository files, and here's my YAML file. So let's open this up. The first thing you'll see is image node latest. So this is telling the pipeline what Docker image it should use. And since we're going to be installing the Elm tools, we need the node image, and we'll take the latest version that's available. Then we define our stages, and as you recall, we had a test stage and a pages stage. For pages, this needs to be named pages because that's what GitLab is looking for to deploy it to GitLab Pages. So down below, we have two jobs defined. This is not the definition of the stage, it's the definition of a job. And this particular job has a script in it which will install Elm and Elm test, and then it'll execute Elm test. And this stage tells us which stage this job will execute in. It'll execute in the test stage. The next job here is pages, and everything is going to start again and create. Each stage uses a new version of the image, and this will install Elm again, and then it'll run Elm make and compile all the Elm files. We specify that it outputs it to public/index.html because that's what Git Pages will be looking for, the output file. And then we have artifacts, which tells the runner that we need to save these files. This image is going to go away and everything's going to be destroyed except what we specify here in artifacts. So we need to put the path to the public folder, and GitLab will know to save that. Okay, let's go back to our pages, our deployment, and see if it has shown up. After you've done this the first time, it's much quicker. So again, I'll go to the settings and pages and click on the deployment. And there's my example app. Click on OK. And my simple app is functioning as expected. So there it is. You have tested, built, and deployed an Elm application on GitLab. Congratulations. Let me show you a couple more settings here that you might want to change. Let me go back to the application. I have used the unlicensed, so you'll see this is dedicated to the public domain, so anyone can use it any way they like. If you want to change the license, you can do that now. You can simply delete the license and then go to the project, and you'll see here in the top left an add license, and you can click there and choose any license that you want, or create your own, particularly if you want to have retain the rights to your project. You can do that, and you can keep a private project on GitLab. So that's it. You're set to go. Like the video if you found it helpful, and star the repository as well. Thank you very much. And remember, always think critically and demand evidence. Peace out.